this is illuminative to anyone who wants to vet candidates for their representation. I think it's important stuff that you did beyond just the individual presidency of Barack.
Excellent.
WLEE News Talk 990. You are listening to the Community Radio Show.
Everybody at the Virginia Institute for Public Policy. I am Joe Thomas. So long. Thanks for all the
Good morning. You are listening to the Community Radio Show here on Richmonds WLEE News Talk 990. Today is October 20th, 2012. We got an interesting show today. I didn't introduce you yet.
Oh, excuse me.
You are here with Bukhari Sirraj and host Muhammad Hadi. You got it. Oh, there you go. Yeah. All right. Numbers to call, 788-0990 or 1-877-953-3990. I thought I had that under control.
You know, people, if an alien came from Mars and were listening to the show, they would think that, oh, these weird people on Earth, when they have radio shows, a cough is just kind of part of the show, man.
Thanks.
It's just, you're welcome.
I'm trying, man.
You need to go to a legit doctor to get that taken care of.
I told you the story, man. It's permanent.
Welcome. It's Saturday, 10 o'clock. Numbers to call, 788-0990, 877-953-3990. Thanks for joining us on the Community Radio Show. Saturday is it's the last week of October. And we're coming up on my favorite month. You know why?
How is November your favorite month?
Because of Thanksgiving, man.
Oh, boy. Here we go. I don't like November simply because it's cold. I don't like cold weather. It's depressing to me. The days are short. The sun is going to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's just,
It's Thanksgiving. We have our annual Thanksgiving football game.
What annual Thanksgiving football game?
Oh, the Muslim dudes hang out. Remember?
I don't know about that.
Did you get the invite? You didn't get the invite, did you?
I didn't know that we had a Thanksgiving thing. That's a little awkward, personally. But
why is that awkward?
I don't know. I mean, most people don't really do the Thanksgiving thing. But
okay. Well, we can table this conversation for then. I just meant to say that, coming up on November. So we got an interesting show. A lot of things happened this week. So I kind of...
yeah, he gave me this whole long checklist of things. Yes, it's interesting.
It was a very, very important news week, you want to say, or events happening in the world. It's happening very quickly, and coming up on the elections, I honestly don't think that either candidate. Well, if one of them wasn't an incumbent, being Obama, I think if they were just, if this was 2008. Where the incumbent president was going out, and we had two fresh candidates coming in. I don't think they could be able to keep up with the events that are happening. So, so we talked a little bit about this last week. Was we're in the month of Dhul Hijjah, and that means that's the month of pilgrimage, and we're in the last 10 days, or excuse me, we're in the 10 days of Dhul Hijjah, which is significant for Muslims. About the pilgrimage to Mecca. So how's your mom? Have you talked to her since she went to?
Yeah, alhamdulillah, she's good. I talked to her once, and my sister had checked in with one of the guides, I guess you could say, to make sure they were doing good. But yeah, alhamdulillah, everything's good.
Are they in Riyadh? Are they in Mecca right now? Have they landed in Saudi Arabia yet, or no?
They were in Mecca a couple days ago, so I'm not sure if
okay.
I'm not sure. I gotta go back and look at her itinerary. But yeah, they did make it there, pretty good. But like I said, they left a week earlier than everybody else, so they get a little bit more time to kind of get acquainted, get adjusted, see a couple things, But yeah, so far so good.
Oh, good. That's good. All right. As you know, the couple updates or things that are happening. The young girl that was shot in the head, in Pakistan, Malala. She came out of a coma. I guess she's writing is from the reports that I heard, and that they still have to reconstruct her skull.
Right.
That either they have to use the same pieces of fragments or titanium, and I saw this other report, and I was shocked. Well, I was shocked, but in reality, I shouldn't be, because the type of people that we're dealing with, and that the Taliban said that they were disappointed at how unfair the reporting was.
I'm okay.
Yeah. Okay, so, group of people, a group takes responsibility for shooting a girl in the head.
Right.
Do we need to even go into any more detail as to like?
Yeah, I'm not pretty sure how you can sideways report that.
That's
kind of a factual. You really did something that you should not have done. You took, blame for it. So
you took responsibility for it. And it even said that if she survives, we're going to make another assassination attempt, and you want some kind of,
that calls for a bomb to be dropped on you. That's what it is.
Hey, I'm down with that. Speaking of assassination, there was an assassination attempt in Lebanon. They killed a really powerful intelligence officer, Wasim al-Hassan, who was very closely aligned with Rafiq Hariri, who was assassinated in 2005. Sorry, I should have probably told you need to pull out a pencil and paper to keep track of all these names.
Are you on point 3 already? We're only 5 minutes into the show.
Yeah, I mean, we're not talking about all this stuff now. We're just, it's just a recap.
I'm trying to understand, man. You guys got to understand. Our format keeps changing. First, we had so many topics to talk about. We couldn't get to everything. Then, we found a midpoint. We do maybe 1 or 2 things and kind of go. So now he's handing me these long agendas again, and I'm confused.
It doesn't take much to confuse you.
It doesn't, man.
It doesn't. It doesn't. This person at work told me I need to slow down. I was like, listen, it's not my fault you can't keep up.
I told you it's the gerbils in your head, man. You need to trank them things, man.
Keep up.
All right. I'm listening, man. I'm trying to fill myself in here. And
trying to keep up with me? Yeah.
You got me multitasking this morning, I got to correspond to the people online and,
I guess guys are not good at multitasking.
No, I'm not good at multitasking.
No, that's not true. That's not true. I can watch split screen of like 6 football games.
This man just brought up split screen TV. Really?
Yeah.
That's not multitasking, man.
That is.
No, it's not.
I mean, being able to focus on 6 different things at the same time that are equally as important.
No.
I mean, granted, you're sitting on a sofa not doing anything. All right, Selvin is cracking up over here. He's turning red. All right, he's. And he's not a white dude, so it's significant that he's turning red when he's laughing, okay? I just, I thought I'd put that out there. He's, it's like, oh, my God. At least you're getting paid for this, all right? This is free comedy for you. But seriously, so there was that assassination attempt, and so the fear is that the Syrian civil war is going to spill over into Lebanon. And there was a trial in Minnesota, and there was for a number of years, Somali youth in Minnesota were going missing, and the families didn't know what ended up happening to them. So apparently what it was the local janitor of the mosque was taking them and flying them into Somalia so they could join the Al-Shabaab to fight. So,
Okay, so who reported this now?
This was a trial in Minnesota.
Okay,
the guy's name is Mahmoud Saeed Omar. Yeah, he was convicted on all counts because there's actually video of him with the kids in Somalia. These are 19, 17, 18, 19-year-old kids.
Right.
In one instance, he took a kid from his neighbor and was asking the neighbor, "Oh, how's your son? I hope he gets found," and stuff like that.
Wow.
And nationally, obviously the presidential race is heating up, and then
I'm ready to just go ahead and vote
and get it over with.
Yeah, I'm getting burnt out. All those people that are undecided need to make up your mind, and I'm quite frankly tired of getting all the solicitations to my house. They're wasting a lot of trees and paper.
Yeah,
it's crazy how much junk mail I've been getting from.
I got a flyer from Virgil Good, the Constitutional Party. Like, really? When did I ever end up on the libertarian list of
that's a good question,
free drugs and prostitution? Like, really? That's I ended up on that list of getting solicitations from Virgil Good. I was like, could you not tell the name was foreign and you wanted to get rid of all the foreigners, as you said a couple years ago?
I guess they figured it was a tight race. They're trying to get whoever they can get.
So just as a side, he was a Democrat who converted to become Republican, and now he's become a libertarian. So I guess
that seems to be the trend nowadays. A lot of people are jumping party lines. So
yeah, because they can't win with their positions.
Exactly.
So they switch.
Exactly. That's just a total bunk.
Yeah. Arlen Specter, senator from Pennsylvania, who was a Republican for years, converted over to Democratic Party, who passed away this year from I believe cancer. We can talk about the Ryan Soup Kitchen flap. This is funny somewhat, but it's I think it's a window into how, particularly the elites in this country view poor people, right, and minorities. Let's put that. And in a bit of comedy, I saw a report that Lance Armstrong bribed his competitors to allow him to win. It's like, why?
I still don't believe it, man.
You don't believe that Lance doped up, or that Lance?
No, I think he won all those races legitimately.
Wow.
No,
Stop.
I'm joking. I'm not that naive,
I was about
man.
to go Jack Gravely on you, like, brother. Put the Kool-Aid down. All right. Stop drinking the Kool-Aid.
No. I mean, I mean, after everything that's happened, I mean, there's definitely some level of doping that he's been, involved with, and I mean, it's unfortunate, because I mean, you got these folks that's doing all of these supposedly great things and trying to create that positive image, but they do things that eventually cause it to just shatter. At one point.
He had to actually give up his seat on the Live Strong.
Well, he said that he did that voluntarily, simply because he didn't want the controversy.
Yeah, but
controversy, quote unquote, surrounding him to be, bleed over into the foundation. I mean, the foundation does. I mean, it does great things. I mean, there's a lot of money that goes into it. It's for for cancer research. It's for a good cause. I mean, there really is no point for his crap to really. Yeah,
but Nike dropped him as a sponsor.
Oh yeah, that's the sponsor's always gonna.
No. Nike never drops anyone. When was the last time Nike dropped someone?
Kobe Bryant.
They didn't drop Kobe.
They did. They dropped him for.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
I'm gonna
look it up. All right,
up.
your listeners, you guys are very intelligent. Look it up. Google it. Call us 788-0990-877-953-3990.
He's definitely guilty if that's the case.
No. All right. So no. Nike did not drop Kobe. Sprite dropped Kobe, and McDonald's dropped Kobe.
I thought Nike dropped him too.
Nike did not drop Kobe. Nike was behind Kobe all the way. They are adamantly behind their.
What about Adidas?
Athletes.
Was it Nike or Adidas?
Well, Kobe initially signed with Adidas.
Yeah.
That's before Kobe decided to go hood. Okay. All right. Seriously, I mean, sorry. Okay. Let me.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to define going hood.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I think
you're about to get yourself in trouble.
I'm not.
We're good.
Listen,
We're 12 minutes in. Let's go.
Yes. Okay. I as controversial as my statements can be, they're always backed by facts. Therefore, this is all right. So for those of you that don't know, Kobe Bryant initially signed in with Adidas. All right. What this has to do with any of the topics we talked about, I don't know. See how you derail me?
I'm sorry.
How you derail? You just put the bait out there and I take it. All right.
I mean, you got to number 6, so it was kind of asking number 7.
7. Yeah. No. What I meant by my hood comment was he was in an Adidas commercial, and the Adidas commercial was all in Italian. Kobe Bryant speaks Italian. He's a part owner of a soccer team in Italy.
Yeah.
Because that's where he grew up.
Mm-hmm.
After his issues in Colorado, and we'll just call it issues because I know there are people that are listening that are young, so we'll just refer to him as his issues in Colorado. He comes back, and he gets all tatted up, and all of a sudden it's like, wait, why are you speaking like that? Why are you just, So he's projecting this image of someone that he's not.
Think so?
Yes. He wasn't like that before.
I mean, all right.
You speak Italian.
Yeah, that doesn't mean okay. I mean, but Kobe's always been.
And you act like you're from Queensbridge. He speaks Italian and he wants to act like he's Ron.
I don't know you anymore.
Okay. Sorry. I mean, seriously, and I think the reason I bring it up is because it does a disservice to the kids that look up to him because they emulate everything that he does and they try to be like him when he's projecting something that he's not. They should look at him and say, you know what? I want to be clean-shaven, upstanding citizen.
This guy's talking about Kobe Bryant here.
No, but before all that stuff happened.
But you got to understand with people like. Okay, I'm trying not to be judgmental, man, but generally, when something comes out about somebody, it's because that was kind of already in their MO. It just wasn't known. So
that's fine.
I mean, the guy. I mean, he's a professional basketball player, makes millions of dollars. He's a notable trash talker. I mean, he's always been a trash talker since day one. So I mean, there's a certain character that kind of goes with that.
He doesn't make a few million.
You
He
know.
makes $30 million actually.
No, he doesn't make $30 million. He's on for 20.1 or something like
Is
that
he?
this year. Yeah,
Oh,
he's still the highest paid.
At the end of his contract, he's going to end up making $30 million, making him the only player other than Michael Jordan to make more than $27 million.
I don't know. He's still washed up.
But anyhow, all right. So those were the topics. You can call in to comment on any of that or any of the other topics from weeks past. You can just call us and tell us you think we're just we all drunk the Kool-Aid and we're wrong. The number is 788-0990, 877-953-3990.
Yeah, and also, if anybody out there got any other questions or comments that they want to call in, we've been trying to get callers, man. We just want to, talk to you. Come on.
Don't be afraid. I think what's happened is we're intimidating. I don't think I'm intimidating. I'm like,
honestly, what's interesting is that the show that we had the most callers, I think we had the most controversial show. It's like this.
On politics.
Yeah. Well, there was no. Actually, when we were talking about the uprisings and
that's right, right.
I think that's when we had the most amount of callers. But we're trying not to stay on the negative things all the time. It kind of gets old. I mean, you can turn on a lot of news channels. Our thing is to really give our feedback, in terms of how we look at those situations, view those situations. But I know there's a lot of questions out there, man. Come on. Everybody's not asleep. If I'm awake, somebody else is awake.
I know. If Selvin is awake, we just determined he's not a morning person.
Yeah, I'm not a morning person.
I'm not either.
I had to change my job, change my job shift to 1 to 10, man, because I'm just tired of,
Wow.
Yeah.
That's like college schedule.
I'm a night hawk, man.
That's what my daughter says. She goes, Dad, I'm nocturnal.
Yeah, that's
I'm like, first of all, I was going to ask her, can you spell that? And she probably could. So. But speaking of which, I got a dilemma.
Yeah.
All right. So my son, who's 7, I think he has natural football abilities.
He got a big head.
I mean, he's listening to the show. All right, I'm gonna have to pay for years of counseling to undo that 2-second remark.
Oh man, I mean, when you're playing football, you need to have a strong dome. I mean, you're gonna be taking a couple hits on the knocker, man.
Yeah, I know. So seriously,
Yeah.
he picked up the football.
Uh-huh.
And he can throw a spiral. I mean, granted, it's a small football, but he can get his arms around it. But the mechanics are there of throwing a spiral, and he can actually catch the ball. Not making it hit his chest, because it hit his chest a couple times and knocked his wind out. So he was like,
catch it with your hands.
So he can catch it with his hands, and I'm actually making him do routes. So I'm telling him to run, and I'm like, when I yell, I need you to turn around and look, and I throw the ball, and he catches it. So here's my dilemma.
Okay.
I don't know if I should let him play, man.
Let him play, man.
I don't
Let him
want
play.
The head injuries.
Are you worried about the injuries?
I'm not worried about the blown ACLs or.
So he's not.
I'm worried.
You can blow your ACL, son. Don't worry
about that. Yeah,
Wow.
That's probably gonna happen when we play basketball. So that's just No, I'm afraid about the head injuries and getting paralyzed.
Right. See. I was listening to a couple reports on that. The problem is injuries are going up with football. And the thing is, you play football. I had my short stint in football. And the thing is, like they said, a lot of times those big hard hits, those are glorified, And that's when you got those hard hitters on the field at whatever age level, that's what they're looking for. They're going to hit you and knock you out and put you out as many times as they can. And that's a problem. That's where we kind of get into, okay, if you're going to send your kid there, you definitely got to monitor what's going on. See how the coaches are coaching the sport. You know what I mean? If they're just really talking about those hard hits and, they're not telling people when something unsafe happens that, hey, this is unsafe, let's try to change that, then you got to pull the kid because, they're definitely at risk. But, I mean, it's one of those things. I wish I would have played football more, because, I threw my back out and was on, muscle relaxers at 16 or 15, whatever it was. That kind of ended.
So you were legally high since you were 15. All right. Let me translate that.
It was a short stint, but it was enough that I wasn't walking, not the way I wanted to. But I mean, it's definitely one of those things where I think it adds to an element of growth and development with the child, at least being part of any type of organized sports. But football, I think, because you have such a large team. Structure, I think that kind of carries into other things with the child at a developing age. So from that standpoint, I think it's good. But yeah, I mean, you got to toss up, the injuries. I mean, see if he can, take a hit.
Oh, he can take a hit. Believe me, he blocks me. He runs and
I say
he's trying to drop kick me. Okay?
Yeah.
So,
well, you don't want him drop kicking people on the field like the water boy or something. But I say let him do it, man. And I think really the best age if you're gonna let him do it is when he's young. Now you really got to worry about the injuries. I think when he gets up, upper middle school, high school level, that's when it's really gonna be kind of possibilities. But I say now, man, let him do it.
I see my retirement package in him, and I'm just like,
hey,
should I make that investment and let it mature?
My son is almost 9 months old now. Man. I'm keeping an eye on him. He's a strong little guy, so I don't know. I'm hoping he's gonna be tall, but I'd rather put him in the NBA. But
speaking of which, and I had no influence on him as far as basketball or anything like that, other than just I bought him a ball and I got a rim and stuff like that. He's got the attitude when he dribbles. He's swag. It's just I'm like, where are you getting this from? He's like, I don't know.
Wow.
So, but anyhow, so we're talking about a couple different things. You're listening to the community radio show 788-0990-877-953-3990. Last few minutes, we're talking about my dilemma of whether I should let my son, who's 7, start playing football because he actually asked me and he wants to play.
Yeah, I want to go back to this the story about the Malala.
Can we come back to that?
Girl. Yeah. I figure we're about to hit the break.
Yeah, we'll come back. We'll talk about what you want to talk about Malala, and then we'll we'll delve a little bit more into the significance of these few days for Muslims and the pilgrimage. If you have any questions, if you've gone on the pilgrimage and you want to participate, you have any questions, anything like that, please feel free to give us a call. Number 788-0990. 877-953-3990. You're listening to the Community Radio Show on WLEE News Talk 990.
Yeah.